Thanks for watching Jake 3D. Today I'm going to test the major hardware in my 6700K Skylake processor build. Enjoy.
Two, one, engage. Taking damage.
Monitor, got a keyboard, got a mouse, got some thermal paste, video card, power supply, motherboard, RAM, CPU. Hi, thanks for joining me. Today, I'm gonna go ahead and test out the major components in my build. Whenever you build a system, especially when you're gonna put in a water cooling loop, even an all-in-one, it's a good idea to build the system, or at least much of the major components of the system outside the case, just to make sure that it works. Make sure you don't have a dead CPU, dead RAM, dead graphics card, bad power supply, that kind of stuff. Keyboard and mouse, no big deal. You can always switch that out. I've already installed the CPU and the RAM. Old cooler here. Actually, the cooler was held down by this, so it's real old. I'm not even sure how old it is, but it'll do just to test out the CPU. I even got some thermal paste from Radio Shack. I must have had this for a couple years, maybe a year, somewhere in that neighborhood. Definitely won't use it on the final build, but it's good to test out the CPU. Sometimes you do have compatibility issues when in the BIOS or before you get to the BIOS with a keyboard or a mouse. So plugging the keyboard into the 2.0 port makes it more likely that I'm going to be able to get into the BIOS without any issues. So still not likely to have an issue with a new board like this, but I want to be safe. The CPU heatsink, like I said, is from an old PC. I think it's from Pentium. It might be from my old AMD system. Could even be the old cooler from this POS system over here. But I'm not gonna install the full water block just to make sure that everything works. But again, you don't want to start a CPU, don't want to start a computer with a CPU that's not cooled. CPU fan right here. And the thermal paste will actually keep this held down enough, so I don't need to really mess with that. The HDMI cable I have here connected to this monitor. You always want to test out your build on an anti-static surface or surface that's not going to conduct electricity into the motherboard, so that you don't want to have your pins on the bottom of the motherboard shorting out. So the top of the motherboard box is the most common place to build it. I could have built it on this mat. I decided not to because I'm going to put the graphics cards in and test them both as well. Enough to test them and make sure that they actually turn on. Power button, fan turned on. We got some lights over here. DRAM LED mem check OK button.
Infinite power.
Now, if something happens on this monitor while I'm looking forward, you guys will tell me, right? I thought I had a busted motherboard because I was getting a couple of codes on here that weren't making any sense. Looked them up. They were saying, hey, you got a busted motherboard, not working. So I'm starting to get a little depressed. What I did, I switched over from the inbuilt graphics to the GPU, the GTX 1080. So once I did that, oh wait, that was already on. Once I did that, I was able to get this to turn on. Come on. 3, 2, 1, shine. It does take, there it is. There we go. And then delete key or F to delete a hit. We got the BIOS here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the motherboard while I go through the BIOS. So this little cooler here is doing its job. Just enough to start it up, let us know. The system is even detecting the fan speed, 2050 RPMs. The CPU fan, this one is running at full power just to keep this cool at idle. We're already up to 40 degrees C. This is saying, hey, the CPU appears to be good. The memory, I took out all but one memory stick just because I was having so many problems. We're gonna go ahead and shut this down. I'm gonna swap out the graphics card and install the rest of the memory and double check, make sure the other one works. Wrong keyboard. Everything's powered down. Shut off the power supply. Now, install the RAM. Back to 39C on the processor, still running at high speed on the fan. This graphics card is working. All four memory modules are in. I mean, it's all gravy from here. We know it works, so we're ready to actually install it in the computer. Gonna do that very soon here. Everything seems good. So let's go ahead and shut this puppy down. F10, save, save. Gotta wait for it to do its thing before it will safely power down. There we go. Now that all the lights blinked, it'll power itself down. I'm gonna shut that off. Unplug the graphics card. You don't want to put too much strain on here. Unplug this. Whenever you pull out a graphics card off of PCI Express, there's this little tab. Let me see if I push down. Pull up. Got your graphics card. Unplug this as well. Goopy. Let's go ahead and clean that up. I do have a really nice CPU dual process CPU heat spreader cleaner, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. That is my test boot of my new system here, the 6700K on the Asus Z170 Deluxe motherboard. Got some Anarchy memory, a Corsair power supply, GTX 1080 memory video cards. Everything seems to work just fine. The only thing I didn't try out was the SLI bridge, but I don't think there's any point in doing that till I get into Windows. If you thought it was funny when I freaked out about it not working, go ahead and leave a like. Also leave a comment down below. Let me know, did you think that was funny? Would you have done this build in a different way? Would you have actually installed it before you tested it out? Also, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And again, thanks for watching Jake 3D. I'll see you in the next one. I'm benchmarking, don't touch. Yeah, that should be good. All right, let's see if we can do this in one take. Can I get this all in one take? Yeah, right. That is recording, good. I like it when everything's recording.